Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in the series of Database Management System Made Simple. In this video, I am going to discuss about the data query language, that is the DQL commands, popularly known as. They are used for querying on the data which is stored in the database. Now, in order to perform the querying, we use a popularly known clause which is called as the select clause. Now, in the earlier video where I have discussed about the data definition language, in that we have seen that how they can use create tables by specifying the attributes, the data types and the constraints on them. And thereafter, in my another video on the data manipulation language, there we have discussed about how to insert the queries, or sorry, how to insert the records in the table, or if you want to modify or delete any existing query record. Now, this is about a querying, that is when your table is full with some data and you want to use that data for some information purposes, that is called as the querying. Now, the major syntax for performing query is select attribute list from the table name and condition. Now, this attribute can be a single attribute or they can be multiple attributes which you want to fetch. Table can be one table or you can use multiple tables in order to process the query, and the condition is optional. You may have certain condition and you may not have condition. If you have a condition based on which you are filtering the rows, then the condition might be one condition or it can be a combination of more than one condition. Now, for understanding these DQL statements, we are going to use some of the tables, and let me just show you the tables which we are going to use. So, first table which we are going to use is the employee table, consisting of the following attributes, where SSN is the primary key and department number is the foreign key. Hence, we require to first create the department table, which I have already discussed in the data definition language. So first you have to create the department table, where department number will be the primary key and it will act as a foreign key in the employee table. Thereafter, the other tables required here are the project, that is the project number, name and the department number. Employee project, that is each employee working on a particular project, how many hours he is spending on a particular project. And the dependent, where each employee has some dependent and the relationship is stored. Now let us start with the simplest of the queries. Let's say, for example, I want to simply see all the records of the employee table. Now in this case, I may write individual attributes like SSN, FName, LName, birth date. This way also I can write. Or when I am sure that I want to view all the columns, then I will simply use star, that is select star from employee. It will list out all the records of the employee table. But if I want to get some particular fields, now let's say I want to see the name and age of all the employees. Now if you see in this table, we have not stored any column called as age, rather we are storing the birth date. Now using this birth date, we can of course retrieve the age of the person. That is, if we subtract the birth date from today's date, we will get the age of the person. So in that case, you can even perform some operations on the select clause, that is select name, get date. So get date is a function by which you can fetch the system date minus the birth date as age. As age represents that the value which you are getting, which you will get, you are labeling it as a age from employee. If you want to display all the salaries what are offered to the employees. Now here, what is the beauty here is that I do not want to see all the salaries of all the employees. I want to see what are the different salary values which are being provided here. So if 10 employees are getting 10,000 rupees, I do not want to see 10,000 10 times. I want to list 10,000 only once, just to understand that 10,000 is a value which is offered as a salary to some of the employees. So when you do not want to have multiple values getting repeated, we use the clause called as the distinct clause, that is select distinct salary. So when you get a row value which is again repeated, it won't be printed. Let's see, if I want some specific values for an employee, now where condition. Till now, we have not used the where condition, and I told you that where condition is something which is optional. That is, you may have a condition, you may not have a condition. Now, let's say I want to see the birth date and salary of an employee whose name is Smith. So here I am giving the condition that where name is equals to Smith. Similarly, from the project table, I want to see the location of the project where super is there. So this is the condition. Now your condition can be a character value or a string value. So in the first two examples where name is Smith and project name is super, they are string values, hence I am enclosing them within single quotes. While in the last one where I want to know the dependent details of the employee having SSN number 482928. So this value is a number, integer number. So I do not need to enclose it within the single quotes. Then comes the list of employees. I can have multiple conditions also, that I want to see all the salary, all the employee details or the name of the employees who are getting the salary more than 2000 rupees and their birth date falls before 1990. So here both the conditions are necessary. So they all both should be fulfilled for getting the row value. Here I am getting, say, let's employees belonging to department number 1. These are simple queries where I am retrieving the attribute details based on only one condition. Now, you may want to fire some queries where multiple conditions are involved. Let's say, for example, I want to see the employee details with their department name. Now, what do you want to see? You want to see the employee details and the department name. Now, if you carefully look at these tables, here the employee table contains all the details. Of course, it also contains the department number. But what I want to list here is the department name. So, this department name belongs to department table. So what do I want is, here in this case, to solve this query, I require both the tables. I require the employee table as well as the department table. So in this case, how to write the query is that from employee and department table, right? Now you can see here that employee table also contains department number and department table also contains department number. So I want to fetch the name where the employee.department number and the department number should same. So when multiple tables share the same column, in that case it is a good practice to prefix that column name with the table name using the dot operator. So here what we are writing is select SSN name, phone number, address, birth date and department name. So department name will come from which table? From two tables I am using here, employee and department, where employee.department number and department number is same. Similarly, I can involve more number of tables also. List the employee details with their project names. Let us see how to solve this query. Now, in order to solve this query, let us go back. I want to see the employee details with the project names. So, employee detail here is here in this table, but here nowhere you can find the project details, right? Project and employee, which employee is you handling which project is in the employee underscore project table. But the project name, if you want, it is in the project table. Understood? So you have to involve three tables here. Employee table to get the employee details. To know which employee is working on which project, employee underscore project is the relationship table. So from here, this SSN number, that is the employee table's primary key, is a foreign key and also a part of a primary key in the employee underscore project table. From here, you can get the details, the number, project number in which the employee is working, and this project number is a table, is a primary key in the project table, and based on this project number, you can fetch the project name. So this is how the relationship will work. So how are you going to write the query is that you want to list all the employee details, that is SSN, name, phone number, address, birth date, and you also want to know the project name and the number of hours he has worked on that project. So here we require three tables, that is employee table, project table and employee underscore project table. Now in order to join these three tables, we need to have a common field between them. So which is the common field between them? Let us have a look here. Among the employee table and the employee project table, the common field is SSN. So employee.ssn should be equal to employee underscore project.ssn. Now you have to map this table to the project table. So who is the common factor? The common column is the project number. So and both the conditions should match. That is employee.ssn should be equal to employee underscore project.ssn and employee underscore project number should be equal to project number. I hope you understood how we are relating using the common columns. So this is how the query is being written. Now when multiple columns are being used, so we have to prefix them using the table. Similarly, if you want to see all the details of the employee belonging to the marketing department. So marketing is the name of the department. So it belongs to the department table. So how do you relate the employee and the department table? Using the common column, that is department number. So employee.department number and department.department number should be same. And the second condition is that department name is marketing. Similarly, you can solve some more problems like this where you want to see the sales department details or you want to see the dependent details of employee Smith. So if you want to map, now if you want to see the dependent details of employee Smith, then two tables which are involved here is the dependent and the employee table, and the common column between them is SSN. So dependent.ssn is equals to employee.ssn and employee.name is equals to Smith. So this way you can solve the problem. So let's say employee is going to Carmel branch. Okay. So this way here we have not used the location table. So you can add one more table here, that is the department location. Based on that also you can search. Now these details which will come, they will be coming in the random order. Now if you want to sort the rows as per your requirement, then we are going to use the order by clause. Now you can sort the rows based on multiple columns also. So if you want to sort the details in the ascending order, we suffix it by writing order by ASC. But if you do not mention anything, it default means that it is ascending. But in case if you want to sort the details in the descending order, you have to write DESC. So here you are saying list the employees in the descending order of the salary. So when it is specifically written descending order, then you have to write from salary, from order by salary, DESC. So this will list all the salary employee details in the descending order of their salary. But if you are not writing anything, just simply you are writing order by department name. You are not writing ASC. It is optional. You may write, you may not write. So if you are not writing anything, that assumes that it is ascending order. Then we have certain system tables here from where we can fetch certain data such as date and time. So the system dummy table is the dual table. So if I want to find out the system date today's date, so I will write select sys date from dual. If I want to know how many tables I have created till now, okay, so I will simply write select T name from tab. Select T name from tab where T name is employee. So if I want to check whether a particular table has been created or not. So this is all about your query language. You have more to explore here. You can join multiple tables using join operations. By performing this, you can write subqueries based on that. Okay, so that we are going to cover in my upcoming videos. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts and stay tuned for more such informative videos. Thank you.